Ah, il y a une caméra.
Ouais.
Bâtard.
So what if I work at like a refuge? What do you call that? Actually, what is it? But basically, I'm there. I live in the mountains for like 4 months, and I welcome tourists. Since I speak English and French, this should be pretty straightforward. And yeah, and then I clean the rooms a little bit. You know, check people in, whatever. Make a little money while I get to stay out, sort of living, you know, in nature. Hey, and yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. So that's what, well, the guy who you can hear talking, here he comes. Oh no, that's Clémence. Anyway, that's what he was saying. Are we supposed to keep going up? On monte ou on suit le chemin?
On suit le chemin ou on monte?
À mon avis, on suit le chemin.
Okay, so that would be pretty sweet. It doesn't really have to be a job that I love, right? Because it's a simple thing. Probably won't have too many coworkers to get into situations with. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Pretty cool experience, meet people. Why don't we say that that's sort of what the plan is? I don't think we're ready necessarily to get a van. Oh, by the way, we do not need a van that has a shower. Showers are dumb. So, and while she's on a mission for 6 months, I'll be, you know, doing that for a few months. Pretty sweet. Right? What do you think about that idea? Pretty cool idea, right? T'as pas entendu Tony tout à l'heure?
Ah, ça oui, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna stop recording after I get past this ice. And also this way, if I fall, you guys can laugh. Or if someone else does.
The train I'm on, you will know that I am Faut dire quoi ça?
Did you guys have a good day? Was that fun? Huh? Was that fun? Hey, relax. No need. No need. Ouais, je regarde tout ça. Alors, qu'est-ce qui est plus mal? Une peau de banane ou ça?
Une peau de banane.
Ah, on dirait qu'il y a une fleur là. Putain.
Bah oui, tu vois, c'est beau.
Putain, attends.
Alors qu'une peau de banane dans les montagnes, c'est pas normal. Et en plus,
Et
on
en
peut
fait,
glisser
mais
dessus.
attends. Hey, Neo, can you chill out?
On peut glisser dessus, en plus, c'est dangereux.
Non, mais est-ce que tu es consciente que tu racontes n'importe quoi?
Les deux sont moches, ok?
Non.
S'il n'y avait pas de cailloux, on pourrait se mettre et...
Ouais, du coup, on passe par là, c'est ça?
Ouais, je pense.
Ok. Oh putain, mais comment on va faire ça, putain? Tu fais des pas plus grands et un peu plus vite parce que tu peux faire plus, tu peux te faire plus de confiance. Genre tu fais des petits pas là, pas besoin. Vas-y, continue. Je vais te rattraper. Rattraper. I was talking to this guy yesterday, and who I went on this hike with, and he was telling me this story about where he saw a homeless guy, and the guy came up to him, and he hates himself for it. His first reaction was,
"No, sorry."
and then the homeless guy was like,
"No, actually, someone gave me some dog food. I don't have any dogs, so I just thought maybe you could use it."
To be honest, the homeless guy probably would have wanted to sell it because Tony doesn't have a dog, so he wasn't walking with the dog. The homeless guy could have waited until he saw someone walking with the dog, I'm assuming. But none of that's relevant. The point is that Tony said that he reacts that way, and usually he says hello, blah, blah. But he reacted that way, and then the guy responded. He was saying, Tony was full of shame. And this is what he says when he's telling the story.
"And I came back to reason."
The thing is that's the ego myth. That's this persistent illusion that we are by default reasonable. And it's insane. And I don't know how to break that because it'll change everything. You'll see the world completely differently once we break that. I haven't even really sort of broken it in me, but a lot more than I know that I am not by default reasonable. I don't even think that I can be reasonable. The best I can do is learn rules, have an ensemble of rules of programming that could imitate reason. What is reason? It's first of all, let's assume you're empirical. The E in my name, it's to try to acquire information. And reasonable is to evaluate that information and follow it to its necessary or probable conclusions. That's exhausting. That's very difficult. I don't even think we have a brain for that. Our brain just needs rules that can lead to conclusions that reasonable evaluation would also lead to. And that makes, it's a big, important difference, because if you think that you're reasonable, then all these ideas you have, you think that you got to them by being reasonable. You assume that you have. And if you have statistics to back it up, forget about it. You're sure of it. But no, you did not get to anything that you believe in by evaluating information and leading it to its probable or necessary conclusions. Have you ever even taken a course in doing that? Do you even know how to do that? Do you think that you just know naturally how to do what sort of philosophers work on and they still come up with bullshit? Come on, guys. Sit down. Be humble, bro. It's not that he became reasonable or that he came back to reason or that he became reasonable, because I said it's not the default state, but it's actually really no state. It's not that he sort of became reasonable or at any point achieved reason. It's, as Clémence said to me, it was just another voice that spoke up and said,
"Oh, hey, we don't respond to people like that. We treat everybody with respect, even if they..."
Well, as long as it's not 100 people approaching you in the street, but as long as it's not too exhausting.
We say hello to everyone and listen to what they have to say. And we don't want to be that person that asshole who doesn't.
I am constantly impressed by by people's ability to drive in the mountains. I don't know how they know what's coming, or obviously they don't. They just plan to react quickly with these super narrow roads and all of that. And if I hadn't seen people doing it, being an arrogant human, if I were a city planner, if I were a mountain village planner or whatever, I would have said, no, obviously anybody who says that you can have roads this narrow is a fucking idiot, and that we need to expand them, we need to put mirrors up, otherwise people are just going to be dying all the time. And if you had told me,
No, I think people can do it.
I would have said, no, you're a moron. And that's because I'm an arrogant human who thinks that my judgment of things is somehow sort of by default reasonable, or not that I would think that they're empirical, but that it's based on something, and that because it feels so evident, so obvious that it's impossible to do, that it must be impossible to do. But clearly, actually, it's just a problem of comprehension. It's just that, because I cannot wrap my mind around it. I see it happening, and I'm thinking, these people must get in accidents all the time, and the fact that we haven't gotten one is completely just by chance. So I still, you can ask me now, and I still need to see it, because I still don't believe that it's possible. But I believe that it's possible. I accept that it's possible, but I in no sense feel that it's possible or understand how it is possible. So the issue is my comprehension, not the not sort of reality. And so reality is what it is. We have to adjust our comprehension, our awareness, and we have to have the humility to do that.
The train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle flow 100 miles.
So I'm able to be free now. Why are you looking at me like that? So I'm able to be free now because it was so confusing. Why is everybody saying like I'm doing something wrong? Well, they didn't even say that I was doing something wrong. Well, Dad did. He said it was cruel, right? And so it's like, why are they thinking this? Maybe I am wrong. And so I'm like going crazy, going through the evidence, considering what I remember as the facts, considering the feelings that I know about. The rule in the brain is, okay, I already explained this to you. So this is very fake what I'm doing by looking at you and explaining to you again. But that's what I want to do. Is that okay? Right, okay. It is favorable for your survival. It is advantageous for your survival to have a well-functioning, happy family. And so if we are reasonable organisms, basically we would have that goal in the brain, and we would then, through whatever magical biology, be able to evaluate whether or not we have a functional family, whether or not we have a happy family, evaluate the various relationships, and then come up with solutions for any kind of potential problems. That's fucking difficult. That's complicated. Oh, can I? No, okay. That's complicated. But what isn't complicated is just ask these two questions. It's really only even one question.
Is anyone crying?
Someone's crying, problem. Rather than like, is this person not uplifting this person? Is this person discouraging this person? Is this person molesting this person? Whatever. Rather than all those questions, just, is anyone crying? And then the alarms go off. If people are crying, the alarms go off. So everything just gets swept under the rug. Just the important thing is that nobody cries. Because we got confused. Our brain couldn't handle sort of the goal of having a happy, functional family and all the evaluation and thinking and solutions and oh my gosh, that was so much. And how would you even have enough information for the solutions? Oh my gosh, and the doubt. Oh, that's way too much. So much easier question. Is anyone crying? So rather than having the goal of having a functional, happy family where we're supporting each other, whatever, the goal is make sure no one's crying. Right? Mm-hmm. And we become obsessed, making sure that no one's crying. And then we don't end up having a happy, functional family. And we actually think that we tried. It's crazy. All you and your whole species is carré. Oh, Clémence, thank you for coming with me. And all the things that we got to see. We went up in the mountains and we had so much fun, Clémence. And I'm so glad that you're here. I wanna celebrate with a beer.
Ole!
Sorry, I'm just tuning. She asked me a question. I thought it was a suggestion. And so I said, I follow you to death. I don't know where I'll go, but I know when. I'll know then. that beautiful? Are you sexually attracted to me right now?
Je suis pas censée rire, mais la fausse note sur le I love you, c'était pas mal.
So would you say I'm a guitar expert now?